This is a quick introduction to the Bluetooth Device Explorer. The Bluetooth Device Explorer lets you learn more about the devices you have around you and lets you get to control them. Now, the two primary kinds of devices you can control is there's a whole series of Bluetooth-enabled light bulbs that this knows how to control, and there's a series of data tags and data sensors that knows how to read the data out of. Let's start off with looking at a data sensor, in this case the Nordic Thingy, which is my own personal favorite sensor. It has a huge battery, lasts all day, and has a bunch of valuable and useful and interesting kinds of data. When you click on the thingy, assuming that the thingy has shown up, you get to see a little bit of help about how the thingy works and a little picture, and then all these expando tabs for the different sensors. There's an environment sensor, and a motion, and UI, and audio, and some other stuff. Let's take a look at the environment sensor. The data by default doesn't show up. You click notify, and now we're going to start pouring in temperature data. And so the temperature data comes in, and it'll show up in a graph and a data grid. Now the graph isn't terribly interesting. It's got a bunch of data, but it's kind of all the same data. So over here on the left, it's 19.14 degrees. That's all Celsius, of course. And here on the right is 19.25 Celsius. So the temperature hasn't changed very much. But we also have this handy little chart of all the data readings we've taken so far. One of the most useful features here is you can actually take notes while you're collecting data. Note taken while collecting data. And this will be just simply added into your chart. And there it is, your note taken while collecting data. When you hit copy, that'll copy all the data onto the clipboard, and from there you can paste it into Excel. You get to choose how much data to keep. By default, it's 1,000 data points, but maybe you want fewer, maybe you want more. And you get a choice either to keep random sample, which is a statistically valid random sample, or you just keep the latest data. The random sample is useful when you just want to run it like for a full day and get temperature data for an entire day. Now, the other kind of device that you can examine or control is lights. And so I have a LED blue light, which is actually sitting right next to my computer. It shows up and you get to control, it shows up with multiple tabs. There's a color tab, a demo tab, and an on-off color balance tab. The color tab lets you change the color of the device, red, green, blue, and then brighter, dimmer, and more pastel-y and less pastel-y. Some of these lights have a demo mode and some don't. And there's no good way to know ahead of time. I bought Bluetooth light bulbs from a half a dozen different manufacturers. And some have a demo mode and some don't. And there's no way to know. Or an on-off color balance with a white light, because these lights often can support just a white light, which is brighter than the color lights. Now you'll notice that the thingy, when I created the light, the thingy actually popped up to here. This is the dock, and up here on the dock is where all the devices that you're currently controlling are. Now if I hit the minimize, hey, there's the light bulb one, and I can reopen up the thingy, and it's actually continuing to function even while it's up on the dock. These are active. If you want to get rid of it, just hit the X, and that'll get rid of it. When the app starts, it will search for all the known devices in the area right then and there, and then it'll stop searching. If you want to research, hit search again. This is on the settings, and then hit search, and it'll start a new search. The keep the screen on is useful for when you want to examine data for a long period of time, like an entire day. Well, when the screen goes off, the Bluetooth stops too. So this lets you keep the screen on. Show which devices. You'll almost, if you're a beginner, you'll want just the specialized devices. The other choices are for more advanced feature work, and same as for the preferred display, and frankly, this clipboard as well. These let you examine a whole range of Bluetooth devices in your area, not necessarily even your own devices. And that's actually kind of fun to do and lets you explore the characteristics and services available in new devices that you might want to support. There is a complete help system that will show you how to use the program, what all the different screens do, how they function, all the different devices that we support, and the features and capabilities of the different devices. Now, this is very much a phase one of this program. So there's a ton of data devices that are simply not supported and I would love to support in the future. And there's a ton of light bulbs that also I would love to support in the future and just haven't gotten to yet. And that includes the C by GE and the Philips Hue, neither of which are, as of October 2019, neither of which are supported. I do encourage you very much to leave feedback if there's features that you like, features you want better, or if there's devices that you want to be supported. Please let me know. Click leave feedback, and that pops open the Windows Feedback Hub and lets you provide me with information on what you would like to see in that out of this program. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope that this is a useful program for you.